The Thunderhawk F-88, famously known as the Stormbringer, is one of those fighter jets that doesn't just exist as an aircraft but as a statement. A statement of engineering, power, and dominance in the skies. When you first hear the name Stormbringer, it instantly brings to mind a force of nature, something uncontrollable and fierce, and in many ways, that is exactly what this jet is designed to be. It's not just another addition to the long list of modern fighters, it's a game changer, a machine that pushes the boundaries of what we expect from aerial warfare and performance in the 21st century. Today, we're diving deep into what makes this aircraft stand out, from its design philosophy to its real-world performance, its role in the modern battlefield, and why so many aviation enthusiasts and defense analysts consider it to be one of the most formidable jets of its generation. The F-88 was developed under the idea that future warfare would not just require speed and stealth but also unmatched versatility. In the past, fighters were designed with one or two dominant roles: air superiority, ground strike, interception, or multi-role flexibility. The Stormbringer, however, takes that concept even further by blending all those capabilities and adding layers of advanced technology, allowing it to perform missions that traditionally would require multiple specialized aircraft. This is an aircraft built not just to fight wars of today but to remain relevant for decades ahead, adapting to new technologies and evolving threats. That future-proofing is at the core of why the F-88 is so fascinating. From the very first glance, you can tell this fighter is something special. Its airframe embodies the sharp lines of stealth architecture, but with an aggressive design flair that makes it look like a predator in the sky. The smooth, radar-deflecting surfaces minimize detection, while the aerodynamic shaping ensures that speed and agility are never compromised. The Stormbringer isn't just stealthy, it's also sleek and deadly. Unlike some stealth fighters that sacrifice raw performance for low observability, the F-88 manages to balance both, creating a jet that can outrun, outmaneuver, and outsmart opponents while remaining difficult to track and lock onto. One of the highlights of the F-88's design is its adaptive wing structure. Traditional fighter jets are often locked into a single aerodynamic profile, which works great for certain mission types but limits their effectiveness in others. The Stormbringer changes the game with variable geometry surfaces that allow it to shift its aerodynamic configuration mid-flight. In simpler terms, the aircraft can adapt its wings and control surfaces depending on whether it's flying low and fast, climbing to high altitudes, or engaging in close-range dogfights. This adaptability gives the pilot unparalleled control and flexibility, turning the aircraft into a shapeshifter of sorts in the skies. Powering the Stormbringer is a next-generation twin-engine setup that delivers incredible thrust-to-weight ratios. These engines aren't just about raw power, they're designed with efficiency and supercruise in mind. Supercruise is the ability to maintain supersonic speeds without relying on afterburners, and the F-88 achieves this with ease. That means it can fly faster for longer while consuming less fuel, giving it greater range and endurance. And when afterburners are engaged, the jet unleashes staggering levels of thrust, pushing it beyond Mach 2 with breathtaking acceleration. This isn't just about numbers on paper, it translates directly into combat advantages, allowing the Stormbringer to dictate the pace of engagement, choose when and where to strike, and disengage before the enemy even knows what happened. But speed and stealth are just one part of the story. The avionics and sensor suite onboard the F-88 are where things become truly futuristic. The Stormbringer features a fully integrated sensor fusion system, combining radar, infrared search and track, electronic warfare tools, and satellite data into a seamless picture for the pilot. This gives the operator unprecedented situational awareness. In modern combat, knowing what's out there is just as important as being able to fight it, and the F-88 excels at making the invisible visible. Targets that would normally remain hidden are revealed, tracked, and prioritized automatically by the jet's onboard AI-assisted systems. This frees up the pilot to focus on tactical decision-making rather than being overwhelmed by raw data. Speaking of AI, the Stormbringer takes human-machine collaboration to the next level. Unlike older fighters where pilots had to manually manage nearly every system, the F-88 is designed as a partnership between the pilot and the onboard artificial intelligence. The AI can manage flight stability, defensive countermeasures, weapons management, and even propose tactical maneuvers in real time. This doesn't replace the pilot, it enhances them, allowing them to think and act faster than human limitations would normally allow. Imagine having a digital co-pilot who never gets tired, never misses a detail, and can calculate thousands of potential outcomes in a split second. That's what the Stormbringer brings to the table. Armament is another area where the F-88 shines. It's designed with modular weapons bays that can carry a wide variety of payloads depending on the mission. For stealth operations, weapons can be carried internally, maintaining a low radar signature. For maximum firepower, external hardpoints can be loaded with air-to-air missiles, precision-guided bombs, anti-ship weapons, and even hypersonic strike missiles. The jet can switch roles seamlessly, one day operating as a stealthy interceptor, the next as a heavy strike platform, and the next as a close support aircraft providing cover for ground troops. This level of versatility means fewer aircraft are needed to accomplish complex missions, reducing overall costs and logistical challenges for air forces that operate it. Dogfighting is often considered a thing of the past in modern air warfare, but the Stormbringer proves otherwise. Its thrust vectoring engines give it extreme maneuverability, allowing it to execute impossible turns and evasive maneuvers that can leave pursuing aircraft in the dust. Combine this agility with its advanced targeting systems, and you have a fighter that can dominate in close-range engagements just as easily as it can in beyond visual range missile duels. In fact, one of the reasons the F-88 has gained such a reputation is because it doesn't just specialize in one aspect of aerial combat, it masters all of them. Survivability is also a key feature of the design. The Stormbringer is equipped with a full-spectrum defensive suite that includes electronic countermeasures, active jamming, decoys, and laser-based missile defense systems. The idea is that no threat should go unanswered, whether it's a radar-guided missile, an infrared homing system, or even cyber warfare attempts targeting the jet's systems. It's not invincible, of course, but it is one of the most difficult targets any adversary could hope to bring down. From a strategic perspective, the F-88's presence on the battlefield changes everything. It's not just about one jet performing missions, it's about how this aircraft redefines air dominance. Commanders can rely on the Stormbringer to penetrate deep into hostile territory undetected, strike critical targets, and return safely. They can deploy it to defend airspace against any threat, confident that it can hold its own against rival fighters. And perhaps most importantly, the psychological effect of knowing the enemy possesses such a capable machine cannot be understated. The mere presence of Stormbringers in the skies can alter the way an adversary approaches conflict, forcing them to adapt strategies or risk catastrophic losses. Another fascinating aspect of the Stormbringer is its adaptability for the future. The jet was designed with open architecture software, meaning that its systems can be continuously updated and upgraded without requiring a complete redesign. This allows new weapons, new sensors, and new defensive systems to be integrated seamlessly as technology evolves. In an era where military technology can become obsolete in a matter of years, this kind of forward-thinking design ensures that the F-88 will remain at the cutting edge for decades to come. The cockpit experience is equally advanced. Pilots are equipped with next-generation helmet-mounted displays that essentially turn the entire aircraft into a see-through machine. Sensors mounted around the airframe feed visual data into the helmet, allowing the pilot to look through the jet and see the battlefield in full 360 degrees. This level of immersion and awareness is unlike anything older fighters could offer. It doesn't just increase effectiveness in combat, it also enhances safety, as the pilot can spot and react to threats much faster. When you combine all of these elements, the stealth, the speed, the AI integration, the unmatched versatility, and the futuristic cockpit, you get a machine that feels less like an aircraft and more like a glimpse into the future of aerial warfare. The Thunderhawk F-88 Stormbringer isn't just another entry in the long history of fighter jets. It's a symbol of where military aviation is headed: smarter, faster, deadlier, and infinitely adaptable. In real-world scenarios, the Stormbringer has already demonstrated its potential. Simulated combat exercises have shown it outperforming a wide variety of legacy aircraft, often achieving kill ratios that are nothing short of astonishing. In mock dogfights, its agility and thrust vectoring capabilities allow it to outmaneuver opponents who never even get the chance to fire a shot. In long-range engagements, its sensor fusion and stealth make it almost untouchable, often striking before the enemy even realizes they've been targeted. And in strike missions, its payload flexibility ensures it can take on everything from hardened bunkers to moving naval targets with precision and devastating effect. Of course, no aircraft is without criticism. Some analysts have pointed out that the cost of the Stormbringer is extremely high, both in terms of production and maintenance. Cutting-edge technology doesn't come cheap, and operating such an advanced fighter requires significant investment. Others have raised concerns about relying too heavily on AI systems, fearing that overdependence on machine decision-making could create vulnerabilities in unforeseen scenarios. These are valid points, but they don't take away from the fact that the F-88 is still one of the most capable fighters ever created. At the end of the day, the Thunderhawk F-88 Stormbringer represents the pinnacle of what modern engineering, innovation, and military vision can achieve. It embodies the idea that the skies of the future will belong not just to the fastest or the stealthiest, but to those who can adapt, evolve, and dominate across every aspect of aerial warfare. For aviation enthusiasts, it's a dream machine, combining breathtaking design with cutting-edge performance. For military strategists, it's a tool of unmatched power and flexibility. And for anyone who looks to the skies and imagines the future of air combat, the Stormbringer is a reminder that the future isn't just coming, it's already here.